Welcome to the Late Fun Guys podcast. I'm Samir and I got my co-host Mark.
What up?
Go Habs, go Mark. You
Let's go.
predicted this series between the Jets and the Habs would go 7. The Habs are currently up 3-0. It's a pivotal game for tonight where the Habs can sweep the series. Do you think the Jets are going to win 3 in a row and make it a 7-game series?
No way. No way in hell, Sam John. Obviously, a lot has changed with the Shifley suspension being the main factor. But Canadians are playing great hockey. But at the end of the day, you got to look at the Jets. And I went into the preview. I said their defense is not good. They have a great goaltending. But what's really surprising me is the Jets forwards. Uh, Last night, Kyle Connor, Blake Wheeler, -4. Statsny did a key turnover to Armia that led to his shorthanded goal, and then does a cross check right after that, leads to a penalty. Really, really dumb and really stupid. And then, of course, we look at, Ellers hits a crossbar, Wheeler hits a crossbar. That was a key turning point because if those goals in, we maybe have a different game, but it didn't. Lehkonen scored right after, so guys didn't get it done. And then when you look at Pierre-Luc Dubois, I really had to notice him the whole game. Stupid penalty in the third period when they still had a small chance of coming back. Penalty that just kills any chance. He hasn't scored in 22 games, and that's not someone that the Jets were expecting when they made that trade for Patrick Laine and Rosovic. You traded a 40 goal scorer. Don't tell me you can't use someone like him. And Samir, you went on this very podcast and said that this was a trade that the Winnipeg Jets won. And personally, I don't see it. He had an opportunity to step in, fill some shoes, to show that he has the potential to be that number one center. And him and Statsny and haven't gotten it done. So I don't see how Jets have won that trade, and I think that they're cooked, that they're really cooked. They just don't have it right now.
Mark, this isn't about one player. Line in the lineup would not make a difference in this series. The way Winnipeg is playing and their lack of commitment to team defense is astonishing. There's no one clearing the net in front of Hellebuck, so their defensemen are just letting players do what they want in the Montreal offensive zone or their defensive zone. No one is putting any pressure on Price. I mean, you look at a guy like Corey Perry, for example. He's going, or even Josh Anderson. They're going up to Hellebuck. They're making his life difficult after a play. They're giving him taps here and there. Um, there's none of that for Winnipeg. Carey Price is basically just living the dream life of an NHL goalie. There's no one in front of him. There's no net front presence. There's no one giving him like a little snow after a whistle. He's just having a great time, and I think that's one major issue. The second is that you're not able to clear the puck. The Habs are playing this kind of modern style trap where they clogged up the neutral zone so well, and they're just forcing turnover after turnover. There's no adjustments coming from Winnipeg in a 7 game series. I'm astonished that they haven't made any team adjustments, and then they're just missing their depth. I mean, the injuries are and the suspension are a big factor in this series. It's probably one of the biggest factors when you lose a guy like Shifley. He's their top three player on that team. How do you come out of that? I mean, it's not like it's a little bit different than Toronto where they have a Matthews, a Nylander, and a Marner. I think Winnipeg has some of that talent, but not to that level. Um, it's mind-boggling to me how Winnipeg is just letting the Habs do what they want. Look at Corey Perry, Eric Stahl, Joel Armia. You're telling me like every possession they're in the offensive zone, every possession they're cycling the puck, they're creating chances. It's looking to me like it's Lemieux, Gretzky, and Eiserman, just having fun out there. That's like that to me is crazy. I don't think those guys are that good. They're making those players look like elite all stars. Like this is an all star game, and that's not the case. And so it's not one player, Mark. It's a whole. It's the entire team. The Jets are playing undisciplined hockey. 5 penalties in the game. They're letting the Habs, who had a terrible power play percentage all season, and including against Toronto. Their power play is looking amazing. It's just like if the Jets are gonna play this way, then there's no chance. And then the Habs, like let's just give them credit too, right? They're playing with this killer instinct. They're playing with this style that I haven't seen all season. Everyone on that team is committed to overall team play. It's amazing. It's really amazing to watch. And as a Habs fan, like you look at the stats. We're getting the face-off circle. The Jets are winning. They're beating us in hits. They're getting a lot of shots on goal. They're getting some high danger chances, but there's just no the way Price is eating up all those rebounds, the way they're getting the puck out of the zone, where they're clearing the front of the net. I mean, it's you saw some of this. The Habs were facing this in the first 4 games of the series against Toronto, and they seem to have overcome all those inefficiencies, and they're just taking it to the Jets, and the Jets aren't able to adjust.
Well, like clearly the rabbit or the cat is out of the bag. Secret's out. The way the Habs are controlling this series is through forechecking. It's through that grinding game, and really that perfect that fourth line, that first goal of the game. Dano, who's been really a revelation this series. I think what was key about this game is he actually had some that line with Lekkonen. They got some offensive chances, including a goal. But really, on that first goal, Dano turned the puck over. And then once with that, there was a fourth line that came on. They just stayed in that offensive zone. Stahl, Perry, they forechecked their way. And then Perry ended up getting that goal. So that's just really the identity of this team. And we didn't know what it was at first, but they're playing some strong forechecking hockey. And going back to the Jets, their problem is they should probably just decline the power play. I think that would be best for them because, yeah, I mean, another shorthanded goal, two, including the empty net. Another, what do you call it? Toe drag. Starting to love those toe drag shorties. Armia took care of business there. Just kills them
That
on
was an extremely tough goal because he was able to lift the pucks right on top of this Lowry stick. That's an incredible tough play to make. And then he just made it look easy.
yeah.
So Armia's having a phenomenal series. I mean, 2 goals, 1 assist yesterday.
But
But
I do want to call out Lekkonen. I was on his ass. I think many of the fan base were, and he had a great game. When you're having problems scoring, just get to the front of the net and go, and good things happen. And on that goal, which was a key goal, I mentioned the two crossbars. They were both in front of the net. Dano had a great chance. Lekkonen was there, just pots it in, and then the Habs sort of cruised afterwards.
Mark, the way
But
the
good
Habs
on
are
them.
playing right now, any person that gets inserted in the lineup is going to look good, and that includes a guy like Romanov. There's a 100% commitment across every single player to play a team game, and they're all battling. Everyone is battling. They're winning their battles. Everyone's gonna look good. It's the perfect scenario for the Habs. They're probably having the most fun they've had all season. And let's talk about the keys to success, right? The 3 things that I mentioned early on. One was special teams. Special teams is gonna dictate this series, and the Habs are dominating. When you're getting two shorthanded goals in a series, that's you don't see that across the NHL that often. They're all getting power play chances. They're putting their power play goals in the game. You didn't when you have that going, you're killing penalties and you're scoring shorthanded, and then not add to that, Price is playing Vesna level. The number 31 that you have on your jersey right now is playing the best hockey we've seen in years. I think this is the best hockey Carey Price has been playing since the Habs went to the Eastern Conference Final and he got injured against the Rangers.
Well, they've won 6 playoff games in a row. They haven't
They,
done that since 1993. Sasana
yeah,
Cup.
they
But
they haven't they have been leading for over 350 minutes straight, 6 games in a row. They're playing from the advance. Like this team is playing at another level, and it's mind blowing because this is why I went against them against Toronto, because it wasn't because of the skills, because they didn't show any of this throughout the entire season, and suddenly this is turned on and it's been consistent, and that's a revelation.
By the end of the day, there's still one game to win. Gallagher even mentioned, guys, the hardest game to win is the last one to close out the series. Winnipeg looked dejected after last night's game, taking a bunch of dumb penalties in the third. So I think the only way is you got to step on their throat, finish them off, score a first goal early, and then the pressure will be on them, and they're likely to fade. Uh, you want to close it out tonight. First of all, you have the fans. You bring it to game 5, you have to travel. And then if you lose that game, then you got to come back to Montreal and Scheifele's back. So you don't want to give them any hope, any life. You just finish them off tonight. And we'll have to see if Jeff Petrie is in the lineup. He is questionable. So that'll be something to see. He did get hurt. I believe his pinky got caught in one of the holes of the glass. So he's questionable. He's going to do warm-ups, and we'll see if either Wallet or Romanov will be in the lineup.
So yeah, Petrie's a game time decision for tonight. Hopefully, we get to see Romanov for the first time. I've been looking forward to see him play. I think he really deserves a chance. But Mark, in general, I would think that the Habs have a really good shot at closing it out. I wouldn't have said this throughout the regular season or even the first round, but they're demonstrating a killer instinct. And I think that the experience on the team of those guys who have won the Stanley Cup and know what it takes and can understand what this rest will mean, especially to their big four on D, is going to be huge. So I think that they have a really good chance. And for the first time all season, we can say a back-to-back plays to an advantage for this Habs team, because that confidence level for the Jets and their ability to actually win a hockey game is not there. And when you're playing back to back after getting pounced 5-1 the night before, and you're still playing in Montreal, it's going to be very tough mentally to come out of this. And then guys like you can see, guy like Stasny, still injured. He's not able to perform at his 100%. Pierre-Luc Dubois looks out of place right now. He hasn't played center all season. Now he's asked to play the top line minutes. I'm a little bit
And
shocked
that's
on.
why, Samir, I was telling you, he hasn't played center all season. You traded a winger, a 40-goal winger. They could use that talent in a Patrick Laine, even the
I agree,
Vucevic.
but that's also on the coach, right? Like you're asking a guy to take top line minutes. Look what he did last year with Columbus, and he was playing number one center minutes, right? And he was playing that all season, and he took it to Toronto, and he's had before this year he's had 10 playoff points in 10 playoff games. Like he's he's just in a funk. I think he needs to figure a way out of this. Not
How do you
playing.
be in a funk? You're in Montreal. You're playing your home, where you're from. It's inexcusable, really. And yeah, it's too bad. Montreal just has to
But
not
again,
give them
it's
anything and
not
finish them off.
it's not one player, right? Like it's the entire team's playing in a funk, Mark. It's not Pierre-Luc Dubois only. It's not like the rest of the team is playing amazing.
And I want to see Anderson score tonight. I think he's due. Cole Caulfield also is due. Super Deke last night with a shot. Hellebuck made a glove save. I say Suzuki will score tonight. Sorry, Cole Caulfield will score tonight. That's my
I hope
prediction.
so. I like to see Cole Caulfield get his first goal. I think Kotkaniemi is due. He's been playing incredible hockey. I would actually like to see maybe a little bit of a change to get Cole Caulfield to play with a little bit of a playmaker. I know that he's had some really nice chemistry with Suzuki, but I also think he can develop that with Kotkaniemi and give Kotkaniemi a little bit of a boost. So that would be a nice little flip to see, but I don't think Ducharme makes many changes tonight given the success of the team. But the game is on tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific for those like who are on the West Coast, like me. But Mark, est-ce que ça sent la coupe?
It's yeah, we're getting there. Look forward to hopefully getting my broom ready in this podcast. So we'll look forward to that hopefully tomorrow.
Exactly. Well, we will be back on right after the game. tomorrow to talk through what happened in Game 4 and see if we're talking about Vegas, Colorado, or are we talking about a Game 5. So looking forward to that. Go for the interim time until the game starts. Go Habs, go.
Let's go.